Hey, my name is Thomas and today I've got the brand new Laowa 10mm f4 super wide angle pancake lens for your APS-C mirrorless camera. I'm super excited to try out this lens, so let's have a go. So what's the point about this lens? Laowa apparently tries to combine high quality super wide angle photography with also making it very affordable, and as you also see, this is kind of a pancake lens. So we've got super wide angle 10mm. I think this is one of the widest lenses you can get for APS-C. At the same time, it's only 130 grams and it packs an amazing construction of 12 optical elements in 8 groups, which is quite a lot for such a small lens. In terms of spec, this lens reminds me of the classic Zeiss Hologon and 16mm that was made in the 1970s, and that was an f8. This here is an f4, but it's APS-C, so it's not a fast lens at all. It really is a one-trick pony. It will give you super wide angle photography, being very small and compact and affordable. It's available for all APS-C mirrorless mounts like Fuji X, which I'm shooting, Sony E mount, Nikon Z mount, the L mount, remember the Leica CL and TL cameras, and I think they also make a version for the Canon RF mount, even though that's so far only for full frame cameras, but you never know what happens in future, right? Fit, finish and handling. So this is a pancake lens, as I said. It's a very nice all metal construction. Also note the trademark Laowa blue anodized ring here. Nice detail. The only gripe I have concerning the handling is if you want to mount or unmount the lens, you automatically, you cannot grip it like this. You see, it doesn't have any contacts, fully manual. But whenever you handle it, you will either turn the aperture ring or the focus ring. There's no real estate to grip on to mount or unmount it. It has got a manual aperture, of course. Very nice, delicate click stops at every full stop. And the focusing goes down to just 0.1 meters. Remember, this is your sensor plane, so the 10 centimeters from here to your subject is something like there. Does not have a hard stop at infinity, but if you set it here, the infinity mark here, then you're really focused on infinity perfectly. But you can't just, click, then it's slightly out of focus, so you really have to set it like this. From the front you see the tiny front lens element. I still find it very amazing that such a super wide lens can be so small and tiny, 37mm filter size. So this thing also takes filters, which is very nice. Overall, beautiful handling and beautiful finish. So we are at the Spa Zone in Tilburg, a very beautiful rebuilt area in the city. And I want to take some architecture. Being a super wide lens means you always have to be a bit careful with your lines because everything looks very tilted very quickly, but maybe we can use that for an effect. So behind me, that's called Local, the public library in Tilburg in the Netherlands. And again, I took a sort of an architecture shot, but you will see that there are some tilted lines. You can always correct that in post if you're using Lightroom or Photoshop or any software. You cannot avoid it. The only way to not have tilted lines is to point the camera absolutely straight like this. But then, of course, you will have a lot of foreground going on. So sometimes it works, sometimes not. This lens being made for wide angle and architecture shots means that distortion is very important and sharpness. First, a word about distortion. This lens doesn't have any distortion almost. It's really astonishing how straight the lines are, even towards the borders and corners of your frame. There is a little bit of distortion going on mid-frame, so-called mustache distortion, but it's very low. This is a great achievement for such a wide lens, and I know that Laowa makes a lot of wide-angle lenses and they have this 0D range. This is not a 0D lens, but still it has almost no distortion. Quite astonishing. Sharpness. This is a super wide lens, 10mm APS-C, and super wides always struggle a little bit with sharpness. It's really hard to make a lens that's super sharp towards the borders and corners of your frame with this wide field of view. So with this lens I found it makes sense to stop down to around 5.6 or f8, and even then if you look super critical you will see that the sharpness in the corners is not 100% the same as in the center, but overall for this being such a wide lens I found it quite a remarkable performance. Lenses like this will never perform like a 35mm standard lens, that's just not possible. So overall it gives very clear and sharp images.
If I was smart, I'd find you a star, and we could be in love, lighting up the dark. But there's nothing I can do, I can never get to you. So I'm looking for a miracle, like if somebody be so beautiful, yeah. It's only a dream.
Aperture stars, that's actually a very strong point of this lens. They built in a tiny 5-bladed aperture. Remember, this is only 10mm, so everything inside this lens is very small, and it has to be pretty high precision to look good. So this 5-bladed aperture gives beautiful, crisp, 10-pointed sun stars, which I think is a really strong point of this lens. So what you do is you stop down to like f8, and you take your night shots or any shots with small lights and reflections in it, and you will get these beautiful 10-pointed sun stars. Awesome. Straylight performance, light scatter and stuff. Well, This is a pre-production lens. It was sent by Laowa to me to make this review. But the performance regarding Straylight and light scatter at night shots is not what the final version will be like. So I noticed on one or two of my night shots there was some light scatter going on. These weird effect, you see it here in the image, but I got in contact with Laowa and they said this will be fixed for the production version because they will do some improvement to the coating of the lens elements. So that's the reason why in my review I won't judge or evaluate Straylight performance. This is a monument for the Tilburgse Carnival. So in the south of the Netherlands, Carnival is a really big thing, just as in Cologne in Germany. And they have this beautiful monument to celebrate it. Time for the verdict. Overall, I highly recommend this lens. I mean, it's tiny, it's beautiful construction quality as you're used to from Laowa lenses. It doesn't distort, it makes beautiful sun stars, has great contrast. The only small gripe I have is maybe corner sharpness could be even a little bit better, but maybe that's nitpicking, again, given the small size and the low price of this lens. And the other thing is, because it's so small, it's kind of fiddly to mount or unmount. You're always turning your aperture or focus ring whenever you grip the lens, but maybe that's hard to make different given the small size. I also like that it comes with it takes standard filters. Again, that's not a given for every super wide angle lens, and I don't think there is a lot of other 10mm options out there anyway. So overall, highly recommended. I had great fun shooting this lens and I really enjoy the results as well. That's it for today. I hope you found this useful and interesting. If you did so, then please leave a like and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so yet. It's a great support. I really appreciate it. If you've got any questions or comments regarding this lens, write something in the comment section below. I love to read all your comments and I will happily answer every single one of them. So have a great time, live long and prosper, and I see you in the next video. Bye.